Alright, hello everyone. Here we are back for a Golf Clash tutorial here. And not sure what I'm going to do. Probably depends on the wind, how high we get. But there's a couple different ways that you can go about doing it. And which way that you should go, I really don't have the correct answer to that. But I think, this blast approach, here you can see that I'm bringing Berserker. And if the wind is very small, I'll probably switch up. You could switch up to something like a globe or a ghost ball or something similar in that fashion. And let's take a look here. So 14.0, that's going to be a little bit on the smaller side, which usually inclines me to increase my ball, get the wind up to say maybe 16, 7, no, like 18-ish. If at all possible, 17. It's probably going to be 17 something. But that's what I would recommend. And of course, with the new curl, we're just going to max out the curl here. If you haven't seen, we do have these new grid lines for the Golf Clash notebook to help you. There's 25, 50, 75, and 100, each one of these lines in each direction. And with the Epoch 5, I'm capable of 92 curl, which would probably top me out right around here. Let's take a look here. Right at 17, kind of as I was mentioning there. What I'll typically do is kind of get my alignment by the right edge of my bullseye, and I'm just drawing an imaginary straight line up from that point. Now, what I'll typically do with this much wind is maybe about 2 full stacks here. So I'm thinking probably somewhere in the neighborhood of here. And of course, we no longer need to go into landscape mode. You can see that I just kind of drag my finger down. And we're just going to hit a full slice shot here. So let's just see what this looks like. So I hit the fairway. It looks like maybe just a little bit too much on the side spin. You don't necessarily need to do all the side spin towards the right. I've got away with as little as 2 bars there. In the past, we've had very similar winds to that, and I sometimes try to scale back on how much topspin I put. In fact, with a Epoch 7, usually I'll just point it straight forward and let it just bounce way forward up there. I don't care if it's in the rough, because the one thing that I do like is it kind of lowers the trajectory, and if I get up there towards a thorn with a snow globe on, it's still going to be a tough shot. It's arguably just as hard as the Nirvana is. The Nirvana comes in at a better trajectory, and you can really get good distance control. Otherwise, you can still lay up on this hole, but I'm not going to recommend it. I think, across the board, you should just kind of go for that. Even if you land in the rough, for instance, you should still be able to get it up there reasonably and be able to get yourself somewhere over here to where you could probably still get that eagle anyway. You might want to throw Amazon on for this hole as well. Just something to think about. So here you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of, first off, I'm offsetting my ball guide because I know that it's going to definitely hop much more towards the left. I'm also going to play this pretty close to 2-ish per ring. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go just a little bit light on that. This is going to be 8 rings, just a little bit more than 8 rings on this adjustment. Dang. So didn't catch my perfect ball. I know it's going to be well off. I think I missed by about 2 rings there. So my timing wasn't very good. Let me get these grid off. But you can see easy eagle regardless, and it's still going to give you a good pitch there. You can see, right around 2 per ring was probably pretty spot on. Had I gone just a little bit closer to 9 rings, which would have been more in line with 2 per ring. I wanted to stay just a little bit light because it is uphill. And but, in that situation, if you can get to a similar spot, you can see with what I was doing with my ball guide, right about 2 per ring was probably going to be pretty good. Keep in mind that you're going to still need that offset on top of that because the wind, especially towards max club, is significantly go into play. It's going to at least be, maybe like 3 grids worth. So starting like 3 grids right of the hole, for example, is enough wind effect if it lands in that spot to actually push it towards the hole. So good luck with that 6-hole, guys. Hopefully you guys can get that going. I'll try to get you guys a revision, and I'll see you guys on the next one.